to season 2 of the Marie Show. As you see this season, we do have a live audience, so I'm so thankful for all of you coming out today. Thank you very much. So this season, we are shifting it a little bit to one of the coaches of the ATS Junior Companies, Miss Shannon Clark. It gives me great pleasure to speak with her this season. She's a phenomenal woman, an awesome coach, and I'm so looking forward to you guys learning just as much about her as I know, and hopefully more. So, without further ado, Miss Shannon Clark for season 2 of the Marie Show. So, everybody has different types of practices. Some meditate, some pray, some go to a church, some go to a synagogue. So my question to you is, what is your spiritual practice?
Okay. I am a Christian. I'm a believer in Christ. I attend church. I am active in my church. I am Baptist by practice. But I am that because that's what my mom and dad were. That's what their mom and dad were. If you were to just plop me down on earth at the age of 37, would I be Baptist? I'm not certain. But I am positive I'd be a Christian. I have seen the power of believing in Christ very alive and real in my life. And it's a belief that I choose to have. So I am, by practice, if you look at the way that I live my life, I try to live it in accordance with the teachings of Christ.
With that being said, everyone has that one moment where their belief was solidified for them. What was your moment?
I was sleeping, and I can remember actually, and I don't want to spook anybody or scare anyone, but I can remember hearing a resounding, not audible voice, but what the feeling I felt was saying to me was, walk with me, walk with me. And it was during a time where I was fighting against church, fighting against the rules, fighting against the hurts, fighting against things that I experienced in church. And so I was literally thinking, I do not want to go anymore. And the voice, walk with me. And after that, I started focusing more on my personal relationship with God and what I personally knew He felt about me and wanted to do through me. And my spirituality was strengthened. And so I would say that was one of, I've had many defining moments in my faith, but that was the one that I remember, the first one that I remember. I was in my early 20s when that happened, but it was very defining, and it was God letting me know, you walk away from them, but don't you walk away from me.
For anyone struggling in their spiritual practices, what would you tell them?
For anyone struggling in their spiritual practices, I would tell them first to take an evaluation of what those practices are. Take an inventory of what it is you yourself believe. I told you I attended church. I love my church. I love the people in my church. Do I love every single practice of it? No. Do I love Christ enough to serve in a church where I don't agree with everything? Yes. Because that may be why I'm there. You know, to say, no, I don't follow all the dotting of the I's and the crossing of the T's, but I believe in Christ and He still loves me enough to work through me in the gifts that I do have, you know? And so I would tell them to really evaluate, what do you believe and why do you believe it? That's how I was able to tell you, I don't know if I'd be a Baptist today. I know for a fact that I am a member of a Baptist church because that's where my family laid me down. That's where they took me. If they would have took me to a Methodist church, I'd be Methodist. If they would have took me to Episcopalian, Protestant, whatever, that's what I'd be. You know, however, Christian, I believe if they would have raised me to be Muslim, if they would have I believe that the power of Christ would have still brought me to Christianity. And so I operate in that belief. I wouldn't encourage anybody to be a Baptist. I would say find out where you need to be. But I would encourage the power of serving Christ and believing in Christ.
I ask this question because we all have different practices. We all have different things that we do to get us through the day. We all have different things that help us feel good inside. But ultimately, it boils down to the inner you. What does your inner you tell you? I was Methodist. That was my practice. That's because my mother, that was her practice. And growing up, that's where we always were. But I am now part of a Baptist church as well. And it's not because of denomination or anything. It's because of the practices and how my inner me changed. I would not be here today if I didn't have that inner change, if I didn't have that inner practice to guide me, to give me clarity on where I needed to go. So my challenge for you is, who is your inner you? What practices are feeding the inner you? What practices are you doing that are damaging the inner you? You have to know what it is that you're practicing, because if you don't, then you're lost. And if you're lost, then you're the walking dead. You're not living your life because you don't know what you're living. You don't know what it is. So learn what your practice is. If start meditating first. If you pray, meditate. Just take a moment. Take about 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes every moment, and just sit in silence and let your inner you talk to you. I thank you for joining us for episode 3 of the Marie Show, and I hope to see you for episode 4.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/brickbybrick. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Plan Better Financial is a course designed to help people from all walks of life master their own income and expenses. This course will teach you the financial skills you will need to start and maintain a successful business and to take back your life financially. To learn more or to sign up for Plant Better Financial, visit us online at theatsjr.com. Do you have a business idea in your heart? Have you ever wondered how other people start from nothing, but you can't seem to duplicate their success? Now is the time to start moving. Don't allow fear of success to keep you a slave to poverty. Sign up for this training course, Starting a Business from Zero, brought to you by Antonio T. Smith Jr. today. Visit www.theatsjr.com for more info.